So welcome back everyone to 365 Live from UC Day 2017. I have with me Graham Hosking and Kerri Hollis from Microsoft. Hi guys.
Hi, thanks for having us.
No worries.
Cheers.
Good to be on. Yeah.
Good to be here.
Yeah, great. So I think introductions first. So for people who don't know who you guys are.
Who are you again?
I'm just some dude.
So I'm Graham Hosking. I'm a technology solutions professional, which makes no sense whatsoever. So what that does mean is I'm a technical pre-sales for collaboration, which is the core elements of Office 365.
Okay.
And then Kerri?
And I am Kerri Hollis. I'm the product marketing manager for Skype for Business and Microsoft Teams. So basically what that means is I look after our Teams and Skype strategy in the UK, working with our sales teams, but also our partner teams. So I get to play with, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? But spend time with customers and partners, which is really good.
Cool. So, Graham, WTF, mate?
WTF. So
what's Teams for, mate?
I posted on LinkedIn and Twitter about the announcements from Ignite, about Microsoft Teams, and I put for the win.
Did you?
So it's not backwards. But it really shows kind of our strategy that we're merging some of the calling capabilities with Skype for Business into Teams.
Right.
So that is your intelligent communications hub, basically, for you to do everything. So.
And what made you guys decide that Skype for Business wasn't the track that you should be following and it should be Teams?
I was going to say, that's absolutely not the case. So it's not a case of us thinking that Skype for Business isn't the track. A lot of in fact, for the last 18 months, probably 9 times out of 10, customers say to me, it's really confusing. Our users don't know which application they should be using and when. So actually, our integration of Skype for Business online, that's the important bit. It's not Skype for Business all up, Skype for Business online. With Microsoft Teams is actually in response to what our customers are asking us.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the reason for the switch then. So to just unify that one cloud experience and let's not forget the on-premises piece.
Absolutely.
We announced Skype for Business Server 2019.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're serious that we understand that some organizations think that they're not going to go to the cloud yet.
Yeah.
But then in the future, there'll be a bit of a hybrid. So they might want some functions or features there is in the cloud. Or are in the clouds, but still use that server on-prem. We also announced it's going to work on the latest version of Windows, latest version of SQL. So we're still committed to deploying on-prem as well.
Yeah, so I mean, Skype for Business Link, OCS, LCS, Teams, right? So it always seems to be that product that you never quite know what to do with.
We like to keep you on your toes.
So are we going to stick with Teams now for at least 5 years? Can we go that far?
Couldn't possibly comment.
Couldn't possibly say no. But it shows kind of the evolution of how people do their day-to-day work, right? They're using these sort of kind of chat products anyway on the day-to-day life. Why not do that in work as well? But it's all part of the Teams, which is part of the name. To have everything in one place. You're not having to trawl around with your emails or then go to SharePoint. Those repositories are still there in the background, but you're using Teams as a one pane of glass in order to get to it.
So like last year and the year before when Cloud PBX Skype for Business Online was around, that was the only offering. There's a lot of effort put into Skype Operations Framework. So where's that gone? Because you've got the site now, it just bridges actually to fast track. So
I can talk around that.
So I think the important thing here is to note that partners are still intrinsically important to us, and whilst fast track will support customers, is a huge part to play. And actually, we're speaking to a partner just now, and we were talking about the way that Microsoft is evolving, and the fact that in days gone by, we've been very much a server and an on-premise organization, and now we're having to migrate to the cloud. That's what customers are wanting. It's exactly the same. Partners still become intrinsically important to us. We just have to evolve and help partners to evolve on that journey. The Skype for Business, the Skype operations framework investments are absolutely not wasted. They're just redirected to within the fast track.
Right. Yeah. So can we use the soft framework to implement Teams, for instance?
So there's
a generally different framework.
The framework is there to be designed for Teams as well. So some people don't understand what fast track is, what soft is from a Skype operations framework point of view. If you go to aka.ms/Skype and Teams, that will take you to a repository for all of the information around deploying it the right way from an infrastructure point of view, user adoption, but more importantly, the ongoing maintenance and monitoring of that solution.
Yeah, so in terms of roadmaps, so when the announcements at Ignite were made that Teams is the evolution of Skype for Business Online, and that's where it's going, a lot of people got very panicky about that announcement, specifically because they never really saw the potential in Teams. So usually when you release a product that's going to replace a product, it literally has some functionality that the old product has, whereas Teams doesn't seem to have evolved just to the point yet where people can just naturally see why it makes sense to a team. So from my perspective, I definitely see the strategy and I agree with that. I think the announcement's maybe a little bit premature.
It's to show the strategy and vision, right? It's not going to happen overnight.
I think it's really important that we show customers our hand. We show our hand in terms of what's coming. And actually, this is a huge thing for customers. Now if you think back to in 2010 days or even OCS, when we were asking customers to start communicating with that, using a computer as opposed to picking up a phone, that was a massive step. And I think, one of the reasons why we've been so successful, and we won Cloud Product of the Year a couple of weeks ago, I think one of the reasons why we've been so successful is our vision and our ability to articulate what that vision looks like to customers. So there's no forcing facet here. There's no one saying that on X date the customer has to migrate. It's very much Microsoft showing our hand saying, hey, this is the strategic direction that the company is going in, but we will work with you, Mr. Customer, on your migration strategy. And I think it's really important. I think customers are making big investments here, and in order for them to feel secure about those investments, it's important that we're as transparent as we can.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's great that Microsoft like open book, having that conversations with customers. Speaking with, I'm trying to put this in a sort of non-incriminating context. So, speaking with one particular customer, which you'd be able to work out who it is, who wanted to go to Cloud PBX, who wanted to go to Skype for Business Online, they made that strategic decision. And then this announcement has come on that people are worried about. Well, we see the strategic direction, we sort of see the roadmap in 2 halves of the year. We don't exactly know when these features are going to become available. So should I waste? Maybe that's not the right term. Should I invest my time into moving to Cloud PBX or phone system now and Skype for Business Online now and continue my journey, or should I hit the pause button and just wait till Teams has evolved?
I think, being really honest, it depends where the customer is in their journey. If a customer, and I think I know the customer you're talking about, if they're ready to make that migration now, and there's something that's strategically important to them, that means they should be moving now, then they should absolutely go to Skype for Business Online. There's no end of life date for Skype for Business Online today. So it's not as though in January, February, next year, when features start to roll out and become available in Teams, that we'll say, oh, by the way, you now need to migrate across. It's absolutely a partnership approach to that. So customers should feel really secure in that, and they should continue what they're doing. The other thing that I think is important here is thinking about the investments they're making from a hardware perspective. So working with people like Photonics and Jabra, Polycom, Logitech, someone's going to tell me off for forgetting something.
Sennheiser, there we go.
Yeah, exactly, Sennheiser. Those investments are safe and secure. Those devices will light up in Teams. So there's really no reason that customers should stop what they're doing. And in actual fact, what our recommendation is they continue what they're doing because it's the right thing to do for them and their organisation. What they should do is they should start rolling out Teams as well at the same time. And actually, the 2 products can coexist and work together. So the really great thing about doing that, of course, is that the users become very familiar with the interface, and they also start to evolve and accelerate their own collaboration as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, have you figured out I'm going to call it the migration journey between Skype for Business Online and Teams? Is it going to be not really a migration, just a user interface change? And so all my investments that I put into the Skype control panel and all my enterprise voice configuration, that just ports seamlessly to Teams when the time comes? Or?
That's a good question, actually, because there was some name changes at Ignite, especially around kind of Cloud PBX moving to a phone system. And the reason for that is we're still using all of those functions and features in the back end from a cloud service, but what you're using them with, whether it's Skype Business Online or Teams, they're going back to that same service. So things like the organizational auto attendance, the call queues, they're still going to be able to build.
I got told that Microsoft hate organizational auto attendant. It should all be auto attendant. It was never organizational auto attendant.
There's no name changes for that I'm aware of. So, but yeah, that was the main reason for the name changes. Is it's not just kind of a product for Skype, but it's also across the board, all of our cloud systems within Microsoft 365.
Yeah, and then in Ignite as well, there was mention, maybe mixed messaging around Cloud Connect edition. So a lot of people come out there and tweeted that, CCE is dead, right? And my take on it is that, Cloud Connect edition is part of Skype for Business Online, so therefore it's probably going into an extended support period where we're probably not going to see the same amount of investment into Skype for Business Online that we're going to do in Teams. But essentially, it's still going to be there for an undetermined amount of time, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure the announcements from Ignite.
I'm not sure of the exact detail on it, but I think the important thing here is if we need to, we'll be working with our customers to ensure that there is a way of connecting the two products together. So again, customers, if there are concerns, then we're more than happy to have conversations and dive into the roadmap and help them understand what that looks like. I'm not sure about the specific detail you're referring to. Right. But again, happy to follow up.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, in terms of what needs to happen to Teams today to get to tomorrow's preferred configuration, what sort of features are we going to see in the near future come to Teams first?
So at Ignite, there was quite a lot of kind of vision stories, videos, just showing kind of the capabilities that could come. But from a roadmap perspective, there are things that are coming soon. There's no dates as of yet. That they'll be announced at some point in the future. But yeah, I would go back to the on-demand videos Ignite, have a look what we announced there around intelligent communications, and then just get up to speed around kind of what our vision is, what's coming, and there's some great technical articles as well around how to use Skype and Teams side by side.
So, in terms of enterprise voice in Office 365 now, take just Teams out of it for a little bit. We had sort of basic call control functionality about 18 months ago now, maybe a little bit longer, I can't remember exactly. And then obviously you guys are working out your strategy, so we're kind of stalled, right? We've not really seen you guys get into any other countries than the ones that guesting calling has only been in a handful of countries. So we're going to see that ramp up with Teams?
It's a difficult question because there's tax legality reasons for each country. And that's why kind of the roadmap doesn't extend any further than what we have. But there are things happening in the background to be able to extend that. But that would be from a court perspective to tell us as and when they're ready.
Right, okay. So, other...
No, to your point, there's all sorts of regulatory compliance with that's involved with being a telco. Some organisations are, much more difficult to adhere to those regulations than others. So it's, in many instances, it's taking longer. Our investment is absolutely about providing PSTN connectivity, whether we are the telco or whether somebody else is, but ultimately using Office 365.
So, I mean, there's no doubt, cloud comms is hard, right? It's not as easy as email.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
So, in terms of your own personal sort of view on Teams, what would be the coolest feature you could see come to Teams if you had free reign?
Yeah, some cool features that I've seen, I guess, are having embedded PowerPoint files. And there's actually one that you presented on, an internal deck, where it's overlaying the audio on top of the PowerPoint file.
Right.
And then it was using our translation services to be able to put that into text as well.
Are we going to be able to play a video inside a Teams meeting and people get the audio? We can't do it in Skype
interesting. Today. Probably not today, but I would say everyone wants to do something in one place. They don't want to go to different places to
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be cool for me. Just being able to have it kind of that rich environment embedded into Teams.
Yeah. Cool. So, and what about the? Well, I can't call it VNext anymore. Skype for Business 2019. A lot of people see that as perhaps, I'm not going to say a step back, but heavily cloud influenced. As in, like, go to Skype for Business 2019, and not so much you have to have cloud with it, but it's definitely making it easy to consume cloud services. What's the messages to the businesses who just aren't ready for any cloud period?
There's going to be some elements that Microsoft is developing that will work natively within the cloud, and that's how we can scale that.
Yeah.
Where it would be very hard to do that on-prem. I guess one example would be Skype Media Broadcast. Right?
Yeah.
If you think about what sort of infrastructure you would need on premises to scale out to 10,000 plus attendees would be massive. And the ability to do that kind of on the fly today within the Microsoft 365 suite is amazing. And all our customers have that from kind of an E1 licensing SKUs.
I mean, the Nirvana, right, from my perspective, is that if I could use the Teams client from Skype workload, and if I decided to go fully cloud for my enterprise voice, my profile fits the cloud better than on-premise, then I could use the Teams client for all that piece. If I'm hosted on-premises for my Skype enterprise voice workload, then I should be able to use that Teams client for that workload too. That would be, I know that's not possible right now, but that would be my Nirvana, as it were. It's like, if we just got rid of the two UIs, because if we go on premises, we still have to have a Skype business client on premises. We still got to have Teams for the persistent chatty type group collaboration. But if we could get rid of the on premises client and use the cloud based client for that would be very powerful.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The whole hybrid piece is going to be there anyway. So if you're sat on-prem and using the Skype business client, you can still talk to your members that are online using Teams.
Yeah.
So that interop is already there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Just think it's worth it.
Just make sure you tag the fake from Cork with this video.
Say again?
So make sure you tag the fake from Cork with this video. I'm sure they'll take your feedback on board.
Well, I wrote a blog post on Teams with what I thought of it. I was brutally honest, and nothing bad, but I'm just honest. That made it into Product Group Teams channel apparently. So
I think that's an important point, right? So we're not kind of building stuff and they will come. We do listen to our customers and partners and then tailor our products to what they're trying to achieve. That's the whole part of the Skype preview program. As and when we're bringing products out, okay, some elements might be really good. Other bits, customers come back and say, we're not using it, or we don't understand why it's there. And we actually retract that. So if you go to our roadmap site, you can clearly see what's in development, what's out there, and what's been cancelled as well. We're really open and honest about what we're trying to achieve.
Just on Teams specifically, if you are using Teams, there's a feedback button in there.
Right.
So if there's something that you think is missing, you can actually go in there and request it be added. And I think, that really demonstrates the humility of Microsoft and our passion and our vision to make these products exactly what we want our customers to be using. And every organisation is different. Every person on the planet has a different requirement.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I love the fact that we can, as individuals, feed into what we want the product to look like in the future. So, for me, I would encourage every customer that's using Teams today, if they think it's missing things, go ahead, go into the feedback button. It takes about a minute for you to submit feedback, and there's a real person at the end of that that's reviewing these things. And we can develop really quickly on the Teams infrastructure. So we can be adding new features much quicker than we've been able to do previously. I think it's really important.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's marking a change into how applications or solutions to those customers give that sort of two-way conversation. For a long time, it's kind of like you get what you're given, and it's done. So that's cool. I mean, I'm fully on board with the team's direction. I do have reservations on the marketing message around it, but that's just my personal opinion, right? Not to say that I'm right. In terms of like roadmap, I know you said that there's no plans just yet for Skype for Business Online to disappear. I'm not asking you to give me a month date or whatever, but in your opinion, what do you think is a reasonable sort of time frame that we're looking at?
If I could give you an answer, I absolutely would. But we haven't been given any guidance in terms of the end date. We can ask the question of our corp team, and we're absolutely doing that. I think what customers need to be aware of is there is no end of life date for Skype Business Online, and we will work hand in hand with our customers to migrate them across to Teams when the time is right for them, when the features that they need are available, and when their organisation is ready to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, Teams leverages Skype Business Online phone system for the enterprise voice capabilities, audio conferencing piece as well. So really speaking, there's although people's direction should be focused towards Teams, you haven't really got any burning reasons to just kill the old service.
Sorry, I'm going to cut over you. People's direction shouldn't be directed toward Teams.
Right.
Organisations' direction should be focused on their organisation's strategy and objectives.
No, I agree with you.
And that actually is irrelevant what technology they're using. Technology needs to be something that's just there, that's almost invisible, and it doesn't really matter whether it's Teams or Skype for Business at this stage. What matters is the ability for that organisation to go about the business in the way that they need to do so. And at the time that is right for an organisation to fully migrate to the cloud, that's when we can start having conversations about which product. But for the time being, it's really important that organisations can collaborate with one another, that they can work in a much more diverse and complex environment than they've ever done before. That's what organisations should focus on. It's our job to make this as easy as possible for the customer, not the customer to be worrying whether Teams or Skype.
No, I absolutely agree with you. And that's the message that we take to our customers, saying, well, just don't worry about the technology, let's just work about what fits for you, right? What profile. The only reason why I asked the question was in the Ignite content, there was a slide that gave you a direction saying that if you've got no Skype for Business today or any Microsoft comms, and you're looking to move this in 0 to 6 months, then you should look at Teams. If you've got this, then you should look to introducing Teams. So that's the message that's come out of Ignite.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true, but it doesn't detract from the fact that an organisation needs to be able to achieve their visions.
Yeah, so correct, yeah. So cool. Oh, so the future's purple, right? Or is it purple?
Purple looks better on me than blues.
Well, it's amazingly similar to other collaboration things. So were you at the quiz last night?
Yeah, a little bit, but.
Did you stay for the general knowledge or technical?
General knowledge, yeah.
Oh, we won
some rubbish.
I was going to say, we know about Microsoft products.
Well, there was a question in the technical one that says, how many is your data centers being actually? If Graham gets this wrong, then
I left by there.
Yeah, I know. I used to look around and couldn't see you, so I was like, oh, well, fair enough. Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much for coming on and giving your opinion. It's valuable. I think a lot of people get a stronger message of what what Microsoft direction is and really what they should be doing. Calm a lot of nerves, to be fair. So hopefully get coding that stuff and get it released.
I think as a passing comment, if people have got issues, concerns, questions, feedback, as I said, I'm a product manager, so I'm really happy to take feedback from customers, and actually it's great to hear directly from customers in terms of what they're feeling, what their thoughts are. But also, we're all very active from a social media perspective, so you can look us all up on Twitter or LinkedIn. There's a whole bunch of partners as well that are here to support that journey, so customers should feel, very comfortable from a partnering perspective, both from our partners, but also from Microsoft directly.
Cool. Awesome. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing with your Surface Hub. So it's definitely getting a lot of attention, by the way. Keep watching it all.
Yeah. We really encourage people to go and play with it. We need to get it out more and move some of the tables out of the way, possibly.
That's it. Stick it in the middle of the room, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you haven't had lunch, go and get lunch. And,
thank you very much.
Thanks
for coming on.
Have a good day.
You too.
See you later.
Bye. Leave it. It's all right. It's fine. I'll just let it go until the next thing. So we've got Claire on next MVP session. So I'll go and hunt her down, and I'll be back in a second.